No, it doesn't surprise me that 8 out of 10 students at university do suffer with mental health.
Because you're not just studying, you're living, so you're washing, you're cooking, you're going shopping, and I feel like all of that together is quite stressful.
Maybe there's a bit of a taboo because I think it's quite common, but maybe people don't want to admit it because uni is meant to be like the time of your life, and maybe you're scared to admit that you're not enjoying it as much and hiding yourself from that.
They're definitely going in the right direction with the level of support on offer, but just make it more readily available and just raise more awareness of these services.
Now, Dr. Kasoulis, I feel like there's a lot of misperception or maybe even misunderstanding about what actually mental health is. So if you were to define the term and concept, how would you do that?
It's a good question. Mental health is a broader state than mental illness. Mental health is really a state. It's how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about people around us. It's about feeling happy with your connections. It's about feeling that you can fulfill your potential. But it's quite complex. It's the state within your mind that you're constantly in.
In your experience, what are the most common types of mental health illness that we can see in young people in universities?
Stress is by far the most common, and stress can take many different phases and many different sort of forms in different people. So it can lead to episodes of depression or panic, or it could just be, you know, something that you manage yourself. So I think that it's the extremes: stress, which is the most common, and suicidal thoughts, which is probably the most severe.
So Lucas, we are here at the University of Reading, but it wasn't here where you actually experienced your issues with mental health. So tell me a little bit more about what happened when you were studying and you experienced these issues.
Yeah, so I studied at a different university, and at first it was okay. It was just first year trying to settle in, make friends. But by the end of the first year it got really bad. I got really low mood. So one point that really sticks out in my mind is my mood was just going down and down and down. And I don't know why. And I was just sort of crying in my room, but not about anything, just about how I felt. And, you know, I had these suicidal thoughts in my head, but it was more just like a cry of help. But meanwhile, my friends are all in rooms around me. They had no idea.
So do you feel like that there was enough information about mental health and the counselling services that are available?
Like, for counselling services, I had to do all that work myself and really push and find things. Usually for counselling, you have to apply, and that can take a month. I know, like the only people that they'll see straight away, like a lot of mental health services, is if you're suicidal now. Yeah. And because that takes so long, people feel like the university don't care about them, and then they drop out.
Now, Jenny, mental health is something that is still very taboo. So what work are you doing in the universities?
Well, we're getting the message out to people that everybody must accept that we've all got mental health. It's something that we're born with, and students, we know, are under a lot of pressure. So we've got lots of guides for people to help them. Yes, people are still worried about mental health, but that's starting to really weaken. I think people are getting the message that it is okay to talk, it is okay to ask for help, it's okay to say some days are much worse than others, and don't just suffer in silence, but reach out.
The way I've always thought of it is, here's my brain, and it's kind of like this web, spider web over it, and that is depression. And now I've just sort of, you know, taken it all off, given the brain a clean, and there I am, I'm back to normal, and all that nasty stuff is gone.